Ready. Let's up-pick where off I left. Names of the 10th rune in the Elder Futhark system. Now these. Now hear this. Need. Fatalistic. Compulsion. Nauths. Necessity. Need. Need. Well, what is that? Need? Need. Distress. How do I pronounce that? Nautia. Distress. Need. Constraint. Alternate forms, dem shits right der. Esoteric interpretation of name, need fire, and deliverance from distress. Need fire, that's a strange one. So not like a fire because we want to go burn stuff in the backyard, but we have to make dinner or stay warm. We need that fire, get that shit going. Commentary. Now hear this is the cosmic force used by the powers that form the fates of mankind and the world. For an analysis of the dramatic concept of fate, how do I pronounce that shit? Aurlog, and these shaping powers, Nornir or Nornis, see the P rune. The N rune does not represent Aurlog. Rather, it embodies a cosmic force necessary to its formulation, that of resistance. It is a synthesis of an implicit thesis and antithesis that is expressed throughout the rune row. Now this is a two-pronged concept. It contains the idea of distress, but also deliverance from that distress. This idea is well expressed in the pertinent stanza in the Old English rune poem. Now this constricts the heart, though to the bairns of men it often becomes help and health nevertheless, if they heed it in time. Don't heed it in space, heed it in time. The N rune is the self-created fire, the need fire, created by friction, resistance, to serve the needs of man in the material as well as spiritual realms. Now this is the will-directed action with knowledge and wisdom, which may act as a counterforce to the often negative powers of Orlog. The motto for this rune provided by Guido von List sums up this aspect of the N rune quite neatly. Nooit zet dein Schicksal widerstrebe ihm nicht. Use thy destiny, do not strive against it. As a magical principle, that is insightful. And Nautius also represents the concept of stepping forth into manifestation. This idea originated with the creation of the Nornis. At that time, resistance was born in the universe, laws of causality went into action, and the seeds of the destruction of the world of the gods were sown. This must not be understood within the context of any type of yawn, of any type of moral evil or similar concepts. The holy Nornis also helps sustain the multiverse by constantly pouring water from Other's well onto the world tree, so that it will not wither and die. Because of the sexual elements inherent in the symbolism of this staff, the N rune became a powerful tool in Icelandic love magic. Also, it is a strong rune of protection, especially spiritual protection. Yo, send one of these to Brent Kavanaugh. Keywords: resistance, distress, deliverance, need fire, stepping forth into manifestation. Stoda, stand erect, because you're a homo erectus, right? With the right arm raised to the side, now we're getting somewhere, and the left arm slanting down to form a line with the right. Yeah, be aligned with the right. This is an insightful part right here. Crossstata. Say, Epandinam. After speaking the formula, lower your hands to your hips. So for magical workings, overcoming distress or negative or low, development of magical will, development of spiritual powers, use of the force of resistance, underwill towards magical goals, sudden inspiration, eliminates hate and strife, creates a need for order. Well, wait, what? You don't want to create a need for order, because that would then be disorder, wouldn't it? Recognition of personal need. Yeah, see, you recognize first that you have a problem. Protection. Love magic to obtain a lover. Ooh. Specifically to obtain a lover. I gotta get me one of these, huh? Or divination. This is everyone's second favorite rune right here. Names. Isa, ice, is ice. Alternate forms would appear to be a comma and half of a quotation mark. Pronounced E as in deed. Oh, it's not ice, it's is. Okay. So what would that be? Isa, ice, is, ace. Ice. Esoteric meaning of name, primal matter, antimatter. Wait, so both? The fuck? Ideographic interpretation, the icicle, or the primal ice stream, wave out of Niflheim. Commentary, the I rune, no, U rune, is the antipolar force to the F rune. Isa is a world ice that flows forth from Niflheim. It does not represent matter, but rather a concept of antimatter, which, when combined with the energy flowing from Muspelheim, leads to the formation of what we call matter, or Midgard. Isa may be equated to, in some cases, with the prima materia of other philosophies. In many ways, this mystery may be symbolized by the black hole. The I rune is the force of attraction, gravity, inertia, entropy in the multiverse. In mythology, aspects of this force are represented by the rhyme giants, or Hrimthrusar. Whoa, isn't the H supposed to be silent or some shit? Hrimthrusar, or Hrimthrusas. Isa is a stillness and lack of vibration, a unique mystery in the Germanic cosmology or cosmogony. This concept is as metaphysical as that which is called spirit. Ice and fire are the forces through which the world is created, but they are also the forces that will bring existence to an end. Isa is a symbol for the individual ego because of its centralizing and concentrating effect. It is a force that holds the ego self together during the stressful trials of the initiation process, and as such, it is a bridge between the worlds and overwaters. World ice, antimatter, concentration, ego. Stand erect with arms tight against sides. Stand erect with arms straight overhead with the palms touching one another. Okay. Number 3 is interesting. Basic ego integration within a balanced multiversal system. Power of control and constraint over other whites. Other whites. That still gets me. That's right, this is white-only magic, motherfuckers. Development of concentration and will is an interesting one. Because you must be still like the Buddha, right? Be still like the ice. Yera is the next one. The Good Year Blimp. Harvest. Holy shit. Look, it has a lot of alternative forms. I actually prefer the one that it has listed on the right to any of these other ones. Phonetic values. J, but pronounced Germanically, so Y as in yard. In the later ON, shit, I forget what that means, but period, after about 600 Common Era, the initial J was lost in the West Norse dialects, and thereafter the rune stood for A. Esoteric interpretation of name, life cycle, cycle of the sun. Ideographic interpretation. The holy marriage of heaven and earth, or the dynamic rotation of the summer-winter cycle. Yeah, this one is attributed directly to Midgard in a specific system, and it would make sense because the Midgard Sephiroth in particular is basically a double Sephiroth. It corresponds to the numbers 4 and 5. Commentary. Yera embodies the cyclical pattern of the universe expressed in the formula arising, being, becoming, passing away to new arisings. This is a basic pattern working throughout the rune row. The J rune is one of the 2 central runes in the scheme of the Elder Futhark, and it defines the cyclical nature of the ever-becoming horizontal plane. It is the secret of the omnipresent circumference. This is the mystery of the 12-fold cycle of the yearly solar cycle. Rydho is the daily path and guiding force of the sun, Jera, her yearly path, and Sowilo, the archetypal sun herself. Yera is the reward for honorable, right, and lawful past action. This has no real moral implications, if you say so. It is a natural law. If the sowing is done correctly according to tradition, and luck, Hamingya, is with you, then the reaping should be great. Hamingya. It is the fruition of efforts well spent towards a willed and instinctual goal. This is true and valid for the numinous as well as phenomenological realms. The cosmic fertility aspect of this rune points to the Vanic god Freya, who is invoked til ok flidhar, for good season and peace. The Old Norse names provides us with the popular association of this rune with the eagle, Ari, as a symbol of the swift flight of the archetypal sun. Keywords: cyclical development, solar year cycle, reward, fruition, or eagle. That's an interesting one. Why do I yawn so much? I was doing good in the first part of this series. Stand upright with right arm bent so that the thumb of the right hand touches the crown of the head. The left arm is bent at the same angle with the fingertips of the left hand touching the left hip bone. Magical workings: fertility, creativity, peace, harmony, enlightenment, realization of the cyclical nature of the multiverse, realization of the mystery of the omnipresent circumference, bringing other concepts into material manifestation. Irish wristwatch. Can you say Irish wristwatch, chat? Is there any chat? The one glorious bastard who's with us. Can you say Irish wristwatch? Names in Germanic. Iwaz is the 13th rune, or Iwaz, the yew tree. Iwaz, yew tree. Yew tree or eel, mountain ash. Huh. Oh, okay, yeah, the tree. Iwar, yew in the runic inscriptions only. That's the only one. It is not in the younger row in this form, but the Norse Futhark has year, or yew, the bow of yew wood in the form of that shit. See the Z rune. Alternate forms. Oh, come on. The one on the end there has already been the alternate form for like 3 of the runes. That's fucking lame. Like, pick one. Just fucking pick one. Phonetic value. Uncertain. We don't know. We don't actually know. Is it an E? Is it an I? Is it an A? I don't know. Somewhere between E and I, this rune stab is essentially a magical sign that occurs infrequently in the writing of words. Esoteric interpretation of name, yew as the tree of life and death, the world tree, Yggdrasil. Ideographic interpretation, the vertical column of the multiversal tree. Commentary. Iwaz is the vertical axis of the world that defines the central column of Yggdrasil, the cosmic tree. The world tree of the ancient Norse was, in most cases, actually symbolized by a yew tree, not an ash as often supposed. This idea is supported by the old texts, which always refer to its evergreen quality and its needles. The yew is a conifer, and alternate name for the yew in Old Norse is also berasker, berasks. Needle ash. The word Yggdrasil means either Ygir's or Odin's steed or yew column. The former meaning is a direct reference to the shamanistic ritual in the Havamal. The gallows often are poetically described as the horse of the hanged in Old Norse. This is the rite by which the Erelaz fares to Hell, realm of the dead or underworld, and thence to all 9 worlds to gain their wisdom. This is accomplished along the vertical dimension of the multiverse. The rune writer defines this numinous axis that pierces through and connects the 3 realms of heaven, earth, and the underworld. But a similar but distinct function is performed by the T rune. There, the emphasis is on separation, here on communication. Well, you have to be separated to communicate. If you are in union, there would be no, strictly speaking, communication. There would be only expression, no one there. This rune contains the mystery of life and death, as opposed to Thorn, or Thurs, which seems to control life and death. This apparently has the mystery of it, and mystically unifies them in its essence. The yew tree, Taxus baccata, coming back at you, contains an alkaloid toxin that affects the central nervous system. Prepared properly, this is a powerful hallucinogen. A certain professor of medicine named Kukauka at the University of Greiz in East Germany discovered that on warm days the yew emits a gaseous toxin that lingers in the shade of the tree and may cause hallucinations for an individual under its branches. Holy shit, really? That's awesome. The importance of this discovery in the study of the shamanic character of the Yggdrasil initiation should not be lost. Besides its association with death, the yew tree is also a symbol of eternal life and endurance. This is because of its evergreen nature, and because it is an extremely long-lived and hardy tree with exceptionally hard wood. Seriously, a tree has 2,000-year lifespan? That's fucking insane. The yew is often found in the old church graveyards of Europe, former sites of Asatru temples. Sadness. Iwaz is a life-giving force, and the mode by which that force is sustained. In the younger row, this rune is represented by that shit. God damn it, I forget what ON is. Yeah, sometimes meaning bow made of yew wood. This is because bows often were fashioned from the hard, resilient yew wood, and because of the connection of the bow god, Ura, or, shit, how do you pronounce that? Lars Ulrich, with the mystery of the yew. Ulz is the archaic death god who rules the season of Yule. The yew is also a powerful staff of protection and banishing. See also the form, that shit right there. See, that is the man rune in Armanen. I don't like this alternate form shit. And its connections in this regard, even today in certain parts of Germany, the magical saying, "For den Eiben kann kein Salbe bleiben," before the yews, no evil magic can remain. Magical saying may be heard. We also have a preserved runic talisman that is an example of yew magic. No, yew magic. This is found on the staff of Britsum, carved in yew wood sometime between 500 and 650 common era. In the Frisian dialect, its inscription is interpreted as "always carry this yew, strength is contained in it." Keywords, vertical column access, numinous initiation, life/death, endurance, protection. Oof, I am getting the tired. We're going to wrap it up after this chapter, my goodness. Even though we have finally gotten 2 viewers, sorry to let you down, but I'm getting the sleepies. Stadha. Stand upright and stretch both arms down at a 50-degree angle while lifting the left or right leg back at an equal angle. Okay. I guess, well, what is it? Stand upright and stretch both arms down. Okay. Alright, never mind then. Magical workings. Initiation into the wisdom of the world tree. So not necessarily the runes, but the tree. Okay. Realization of the life-death mystery and liberation from the fear of death. The life-death mystery. Here, I'm almost solved the mystery right now. There is only life. There is no such thing as death. It is illusion. Death is the bite. Development of spiritual endurance and hard will. Spiritual creativity and vision. Protection from detrimental forces. No, that makes sense, because if the tree has a fucking 2,000-year lifespan, then you're using this rune's energy to basically fight entropy, right? A general increase in personal power, generally speaking. Communication between levels of reality, that's right, the world tree, the worlds of Yggdrasil. Memories of former existences in the ancestral stream. Now that's interesting. So you would want this rune, not this one, this rune on you somewhere if you were ever doing a past life regression. That'd be cool. Alright. Thanks for joining me, you two. I'm going to keep this one short, because I've already yawned like fucking 10 times, and this does not make for good streaming, so y'all have a great one. 1488, hail our people.